What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eye Bri, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about the Walking Dead season 10 finale, 10/22. Here's Negan. Man, awesome stuff. Spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead, show and comics. But I talked about it in my early access review that I love this episode. It had some far-fetched stuff and some stuff about plot holes and timelines and everything, but I'm looking past that. I enjoyed the episode thoroughly, and hopefully you did too. But if you love The Walking Dead and you're not a subscriber, please show us some love and support by subscribing today. Now, here's Negan. Probably everybody knows this by now. It's a comic. It's like a mini comic. It's a spin-off comic. So we got the episode. Probably should have been a movie, but hey, I'll take it. Starts off with Maggie and Herschel, and 10/17 started with Maggie, and the season finale ends with Maggie too. So they're setting up some big things for season 11. But Maggie, Herschel, Carol, Daryl, Negan, what's going to happen for season 11? It was a good step in the right direction for the final season, and hopefully it makes up for the other episodes for a lot of people. I enjoyed all the episodes, but Here's Negan is by far the best episode of the 6. Negan, Maggie, it's just, a tension-filled story still. Carol takes Negan to Leah's cabin, and then we get the story. He doesn't tell anybody the story. I kind of thought he would be telling Carol this, but it's just him remembering it, I guess. And we're inside Negan's head. And Carol makes the executive decision to take Negan to Leah's cabin. She disguised it as a council vote or decision, but it clearly wasn't that. Negan's in the cabin. He's having a drink. He looks at his leather jacket. His stuff is there. And then we hear the story of Here's Negan. And it's interesting because, again, it's in Negan's head. This is not Negan right there. Negan's looking by the fire. But he's imagining himself as the Negan we met in season 6, episode 16. But Negan's backstory was funny. It's like, it was great, it was funny, it was sad, it was emotional. It really checked all the boxes in the zombie apocalypse, even though there really weren't too many walkers. But ultimately, Lucille has cancer. Negan's not the best guy, but he kind of is. It was definitely an episode and a story to make us like Negan even more. If you like him to begin with, you're like, yes, Negan's awesome, see? If you didn't like him, did it draw you in? Did it make you like him now? Because I think that was the point. Negan, Lucille, and I'd argue that Lucille was actually more of a badass than Negan was, especially with killing the walker and just her demeanor, right? I have to say that Hillary and Jeffrey, the Morgans, Lucille and Negan, were amazing. Their chemistry, their acting, amazing. And did you catch the Easter eggs? I can't wait to make the video that I'll post later next week. So many Easter eggs in this episode. Awesome stuff. Now, Laura is kind of a plot hole because if she is the person that connected with Negan and Here's Negan, wouldn't she have told people the story? People are bringing up some great questions, and maybe she did when she was in Alexandria, but we never saw that. And if her dad was a doctor and she had some, doctors around her a lot, wouldn't she be more educated in medicine and be better in the zombie apocalypse than just kind of a person of the sanctuary? She was kind of like a lieutenant, but it's kind of a plot hole. But either way, I love seeing the savior aspect of Here's Negan, even though we didn't get the development of the saviors and Negan taking over the sanctuary. It was really his story with his wife more than anything. But we see Lucille, pre-barbed wire Lucille given to him by Laura, and then Lucille is born. And it's different than the comic, and I have to say that they're both good. I like the comic and the show. This guy was great, reminded me so much of Merle, especially when he was like, shut up, shut up, shut up. All you're doing is talking about dumb stuff. I don't care. But Negan gets the meds back, and he goes to Lucille, but he's been gone for 6 weeks, a long time, and hopefully you recognize this bar. Again, we'll talk about this in my Easter egg video. But Negan goes back and takes out these guys after Lucille dies. And we knew Lucille was going to die because in the comic, the cancer, and it just makes Negan who he is, right? And there were so many comic references to Here's Negan, but also, the aspect that were changed for the show with remixes and twists and turns and changes. But we all know that the show is the show and the comic is the comic. But when Negan was having his heartfelt, emotional goodbye to Lucille, the baseball bat, but also to his wife. He's channeling his emotions through the baseball bat, but he burns Lucille, and then the next day he decides to go back to Alexandria. Well, I guess it's the next day. And what does that mean, right? Especially when he's walking back up, he's like, yeah, it's not going to work out. And where's the A-team going and what's happening here? And it reminds me of when he's walking back towards the group with Alpha's head and stuff. He's like, hey guys, you know, but Negan goes back to Alexandria. I mean, he can go live at Oceanside, right? But that's not going to work either because of all the women that are there too. But it's like, what is the path for Negan with everybody involved? You had to show Daryl, right? Daryl's here. Don't worry, guys. Daryl's still in the episode. So you saw Daryl for like 5 seconds, not even. Carol for a little bit, Maggie, Herschel, and Negan. But the fact that Maggie and Negan are going to still be living in the same community has the question for a lot of people. Is it going to be Maggie taking out Negan? Or look at the look that Negan is giving Maggie, like, hey babe, I'm still here, not going anywhere. Let's work this out or we don't. Either way, you're gonna have to deal with it. I'm here, here's Negan, right? So the question is, there's no dialogue at all between Negan and Maggie the entire 6 episodes. So we don't see any dialogue, but a lot of people are wondering, does Negan want Maggie to kill him so he can be with Lucille? I just don't see that. That's basically what was happening in season 9, episode 5, when Negan was in jail. He begged for Maggie to kill him. It didn't happen. So been there, done that, got the t-shirt. But what's next for Maggie and Negan? They have to talk, right? But if I was Maggie, I would give Negan the worst of the worst jobs and tasks if I'm not going to kill him, right? But did you pick up the small little subtle thing that they're like when Negan asks, where's the A-team going? Daryl found an army base. So I guess that's where they're going early on in season 11. And that is what was connected with the military walkers that he found. I don't know how many days have gone by from season 10, episode 21 to 22, but I'm guessing that's what these walkers were all about. But does this one episode, which is great, I don't think anybody can say that the episode was not good or one of the best episodes that you've seen in a long time with The Walking Dead. Does this one episode, season 10, episode 22, make season 10C worth it? Or you're like, we got 1 out of 6. It was still terrible. I loved all the episodes, but Here's Negan was by far the best. Like, it was a 9 out of 10, maybe a 9.5 out of 10. Like, it was so good that it's back, and people are excited and ready for season 11 that's airing this summer. So before you know it, guys, The Walking Dead will be back on television. So we got The Walking Dead season 10's done now. Great season finale. And then we got Fear the Walking Dead season 6B. And then over the summer, July, August, we're not sure of the date yet, The Walking Dead season 11A will be back on television. Awesome, awesome stuff. Thank you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Stay safe and tell them Daryl.